Disaster in the Andes, a true story in the middle of a desolate snowy mountain range where no human had ever set foot. A plane crashed and broke in half. Inside it were 45 people. No food, no rescue, no way back, and they were there for 72 days. To survive, they had to do what no one dares to imagine. They ate human flesh. Not a movie, not a novel. This is a true story. The shocking accident of 1972. The tragedy of Flight 571 in the Andes. The doomed FLH Theo plane dove into the clouds, shaking violently. They didn't know, just seconds later, everything would change forever. A terrifying screech tore through the air like the sky itself was ripped open. Then came a thunderous crash, as if lightning struck right beside them, and the plane bounced off the snowy surface. The fuselage screeched as it slid down the slope, twisting like a wounded beast. Then it snapped in half. The front half was thrown, slid, flipped, and slammed into a massive rock. Seats flew from the floor. Bodies slammed into walls. Blood splattered across the blinding white aluminum. Screams echoed throughout the cabin. Cries for mothers. Desperate pleas for help. Sobs strangled by cold and terror. One person was sucked out through a crack in the fuselage, plunged into the abyss, vanishing without a trace. The left wing shattered, spinning wildly in the air, before crashing into the snow like a giant blade. A piece of debris pierced straight through a passenger's back, killing them instantly. Still strapped to the seatbelt, the remaining section of the fuselage plunged, stood upright, silent like a tombstone of steel. Then the wind. Howled snow began to fall, thick white, slowly covering motionless bodies. The bloodstains and what was left of the plane. Under the leaden sky and ice-cold snow, only a few sounds remained. Faint groans, shallow breaths, and a creeping despair like death itself. 72 days in a white HEL inn, the early days. They fought to survive, melting snow for water, using suitcases and jackets as windbreakers, turning sunglasses into magnifying glasses to make fire. They used every scrap of wreckage to keep warm and build temporary shelter. They huddled together for heat, counting every hour, every breath. Each passing day was a battle against hunger, cold, and the collapse of spirit. Bad news from the Arrodillo on day 14. Someone managed to assemble a radio from broken parts. They picked up a broadcast from Argentina's national station, and then a message as cold as death itself. The search and rescue mission has officially ended. No one can survive 2 weeks in the Andes. Silence fell. Someone cried. Someone else sat motionless, like stone. And one quietly laid their head down, never to rise again. The merciless DTZ Uzuano. Food, no rescue, no way back. A horrific decision had to be made. They cut flesh from their dead friends, family, teammates, even blood relatives. We didn't kill anyone, but to live, we had to eat them. They had died, but they saved us. They were no longer people. They were the last chance to survive. Deaths, one by one. And the final HOP days passed, each one taking someone away in their sleep. One died of gangrene. Another fell off a cliff, searching for help. One night, an avalanche buried the entire fuselage. 8 died instantly. The others could only watch, helpless. But amid that hell, glimmers of hope remained. They wrote diaries, sang old songs, told stories, and then a group of 3 decided to leave the plane to find help. They knew if they failed, everyone would die. The rescue and the world learned they were à la vide. 61. 3 survivors. Crossed the mountains, no food, no map, only an unbreakable will to live. Eventually, they encountered a horseman across a river. They shouted, waved, and threw a handwritten note wrapped around a rock. "I am a survivor from the Fairchild plane crash. I need help. 14 others are still alive. Please save us. Day." 72. Rescue helicopters arrived. Thin, ragged figures emerged from the snow. One knelt, one cried. One stared at the sky, unable to speak a word. They had survived. A story never FOGOTTN. The world was shaken. Newspapers called them the miracle survivors of the Andes. The act of cannibalism stirred controversy everywhere but there. Courage, friendship, and unyielding will to live earned the world's respect. One man said at the press conference, "We didn't survive on human flesh. We survived on the love of those who had died. They gave us the chance to return home."